allow tonight's gentle tale to carry you softly to sleep. Angelonia and Lantana, A Tale of Loyalty. This story is about a young girl and an aunt who honor their ancestors' legacy by creating a beautiful garden together. In the heart of a lush, silent forest lived a kind young girl named Angelonia. She was known for her golden hair that sparkled like the morning sun. Near her small, cozy cottage, there was a bustling anthill full of life, where an adventurous ant called Lantana was always on a mission. Then one day, while Angelonia was gathering wildflowers, she stumbled upon Lantana trying to carry a fallen leaf much larger than himself. "Do you need help?" Angelonia asked with a gentle smile. Lantana, determined yet struggling, replied, "I'd love some." Together they managed to move the leaf back to Lantana's home. As they journeyed, they shared tales of their ancestors. Angelonia spoke of her grandmother, who taught her the names of every forest flower, and Lantana proudly recounted the story of his great-grandfather, who had helped to build the very anthill they lived in. This shared history created a magical bond between the two. Over the seasons, Angelonia and Lantana became inseparable friends. She showed him the secret hiding places of the sweetest berries, and he guided her to hidden forest paths safe from wild animals. One moonlit night, Angelonia discovered an old, worn-out book in her attic. It was her grandmother's diary, filled with wisdom and stories of unity and legacy. She read it to Lantana, and together they decided to honor their ancestors by planting a garden. "This garden will be our legacy," Angelonia said, her eyes shining bright with hope. They gathered seeds from all corners of the forest, and carefully tended to their garden. They planted wildflowers, berry bushes, and even a tiny oak sapling. As time passed, their garden flourished, becoming a sanctuary for creatures big and small. Birds would sing at dawn, and fireflies would light up the night. The once quiet corner of the forest was now vibrant with life and color. Angelonia and Lantana's garden became a symbol of unity and friendship. The anthill prospered, the flowers bloomed, and the memory of their ancestors lived on in every petal and leaf. Years went by, and eventually, Angelonia grew old. On her last day, she walked through the garden, admiring the beauty they had created. She knew it would continue to thrive even after she was gone. "This will be our legacy," she whispered. The next generation of ants, guided by Lantana, and the children of the forest kept the garden alive, remembering the heartwarming story of a kind girl and a brave ant who worked together to create something timeless. Their legacy was not just in the garden, but in the unity and love they planted in the hearts of all who knew them. Here's another gentle tale to bring you comfort. William and Flax, A Tale of Kindness. This story is about a young man named William who helps an injured autumn sprite named Flax, and their acts of kindness that bring their worlds together. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a kind-hearted young man named William. He was known for his generosity and willingness to help anyone in need. One crisp awful morning, as William was gathering firewood, he stumbled upon an unusual sight. There, amidst the fallen leaves, was a tiny, shimmering figure with delicate wings. It was an autumn sprite, and her name was Flax. Flax had injured her wing and couldn't fly. Without hesitation, William scooped her up and gently cradled her in his hands. "Thank you," Flax whispered, her voice as soft as the rustling leaves. "You must be very kind to help a stranger." William smiled warmly. "It's always good to help those in need. Let's get you healed." William took Flax to his cottage and carefully tended to her injury. He made a small bed for her out of soft coffin and kept her cozy by the fireplace. As the days passed, Flax healed, and she and William became fast friends. Flax enchanted William with stories of her magical homeland, filled with vibrant colors and endless fields of blooming flowers. You should visit someday, Flax suggested, her eyes sparkling. I'd love to, William replied. I'm happy here in the village, helping my friends and family. One afternoon, the village faced an unexpected hardship, a sudden, fierce storm that caused the river to flood. Homes were damaged, and the villagers were in despair. Flax knew she had to do something. She fluttered her wings, now fully healed, and took to the sky. She summoned the magic of the autumn sprites, weaving a tapestry of colors across the sky, calming the storm and guiding the river back to its banks. The villagers watched in awe, their hearts filled with gratitude. Thank you, Flax, they cheered. Thank you for saving us, Flax blushed and fluttered back to William's side. It was your kindness that saved us all, she said, smiling. Because you helped me, I could help them. William hugged her tightly, understanding that true kindness always comes back to those who give it freely. From that day on, the bond between William and Flax grew even stronger. They continued to help others, spreading kindness wherever they went. And though they came from different worlds, their friendship was a shining example of how compassion and generosity can unite hearts. End. Now, let's settle in for another gentle story. Star and Frisia, a tale of guidance. This story is about Star, a young girl, and Frisia, a wise skunk, who explore a mystical forest and learn valuable lessons about guidance from ancient symbols and a wise old owl. Once upon a time, in a serene forest, under the glow of a silver moon, lived a young girl named Star and her peculiar, yet extraordinary friend, a skunk called Frisia. Star was a kind-hearted and inquisitive soul, blessed with sparkling blue eyes that mirrored the night sky. Every evening, they would embrace the twilight and embark on grand adventures, exploring the mysteries that lay beyond their small village. One crisp autumn evening, the two friends found themselves at the edge of the Whispering Woods, a place known for its enigmatic law and ancient trees that whispered secrets to those who listened. They, with her ever-present curiosity, glanced at Frisia, who nodded in silent agreement, and they ventured deeper into the forest. The path was lined with fallen leaves, each one a different shade of gold and crimson, crunching softly under their feet and paws. As the moonlight filtered through the dense canopy, creating a dance of shadows and light, Star noticed peculiar symbols etched into the bark of the trees. Frisia, being wise beyond her years, explained that these markings were ancient guides left by travelers of old to help others find their way. Star Great's eyes widened with wonder as she ran her fingers over the groups. They continued their journey, following the symbols that glowed faintly in the moonlight. The deeper they ventured, the more complex the symbols became, weaving a tapestry of stories and maps upon the bold oaks and birches. After what felt like hours, the duo stumbled upon a clearing that housed a magnificent, crystalline lake, its surface shimmering like 1,000 diamonds. At the edge of the lake sat a wise, old owl named Orion, whose feathers were muddled with shades of gray and white. Orion welcomed them with a hoot and gestured them closer. With a soft voice that resonated through the night, the owl spoke of the importance of guidance and the wisdom found in ancient paths. He revealed that the symbols on the trees were not just guides, but also stories of the forest's history, passed down for generations to ensure that no one would ever lose their way. Star and Frisia listened intently, absorbing the knowledge imparted to them. Orion then bestowed upon them a small, intricately carved wooden pendant, engraved with the same symbols they had seen in the forest. It was a token of their journey, and a reminder of the wisdom they had gained. With hearts full of gratitude and minds brimming with newfound knowledge, Star and Frisia began their journey back home. Their path now illuminated not just by the moon above, but by the wisdom they carried within. As they stepped through the last of the whispering woods, the silver moon washed over them, casting a gentle glow that seemed to say, "Well done, young adventurers." They returned to their village forever changed by their adventure. Star now knew that guidance was always available, even in the darkest of times, and it often came in the forms we least expected. And so, the girl with the night sky eyes and her slug friend lived happily, their bond strengthened by the wisdom they shared, and the adventures they promised to continue long into the future. Here's another story to gently guide you to rest. Fox and Heather, a heartwarming tale of avoidance. This story is about Fox and Heather, a heartwarming tale where Fox guides the curious Heather through a journey in the forest, teaching her important life lessons. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by meadows of vibrant wildflowers, lived a man named Fox. Fox was known for his kind heart and wise counsel, always ready to lend a helping hand or an encouraging word. One sunny afternoon, as the bees buzzed and the flowers swayed, Fox was tending to his garden when a young girl named Heather approached him. Heather was known in the village as an adventurous child, always full of questions and curiosity. "Fox, can you help me?" she asked, her eyes wide with wonder. "I want to explore the forest beyond the hills, but I'm not sure where to start." Fox smiled warmly at her. "Of course, Heather. Let's take this journey together. But remember, the forest is beautiful and mysterious. You must tread carefully and listen to the forest's whispers." They set off early the next morning, the dew still sparkling on the leaves. As they walked, Fox pointed out different plants and animals, teaching Heather about their secrets. Heather listened intently, her curiosity growing with each discovery. "Look here, Heather," Fox said, pointing to a patch of moss. "This moss only grows on the north side of trees. It's nature's compass." Heather's eyes lit up with excitement. "Well, Fox, I never knew that." The deeper they ventured into the forest, the more wonders they encountered. Fox showed Heather how to find edible plants, build a shelter, and even how to read animal tracks. Heather felt a sense of wonder and gratitude for all she was learning. As the day turned to dusk, they reached the clearing with a beautiful, serene pond. The water mirrored the golden hues of the setting sun. Fox sat down on a large, flat rock by the water's edge and beckoned Heather to join him. "Heather," he began, "the forest, like life, is filled with paths and choices. Guidance is important, but so is making your own decisions and learning from them." Heather nodded thoughtfully. "I understand. Thank you for guiding me." With a gentle smile, Fox patted her shoulder. "You're welcome, Heather. Remember, even when I'm not with you, my guidance and all you've learned will always be with you." As they made their way back to the village under the starlit sky, Heather felt a new sense of confidence and independence blooming within her. She knew that no matter where her adventures took her, the wisdom and love from Fox would always light her way. May peace be with you tonight. Sweet dreams.